Confusion. I will say, and I know many of you agree with this, there is a lot of confusion regarding the GMO debate. I mean, you think about it. I'm asking you, do you think that GMO modified foods are safe for consumption? Are they the answer to the malnourishment we're seeing throughout the world? And, I am fortunate today to have two amazing men with me. The first is Dr. Brian Clement. Dr. Clement is author of the best-selling book, Living Foods for Optimal Health, and he is co-director of the Hippocrates Health Institute in South Florida. We are also fortunate to have international best-selling author and consumer advocate Jeffrey Smith with us. Mr. Smith is founder of IRT. IRT is the Institute for Responsible Technology, and he has been instrumental in improving government policies and also influencing consumer buying decisions. I want to welcome you both.
Nice to be with you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. You know what? I think I'd like to start with that. The mass production of foods. I mean, there's a lot of people who support GMO modified foods as saying that there is more food to feed hungry mouths. Do you agree with that? I mean, what are your opinions?
Well, you don't have to have an opinion on that. You can just look at the independent research on yield, which is revealed both to the United States Department of Agriculture and the Group Union of Concerned Scientists, and most recently another study, showing that GMOs do not increase average yield. And the world's experts at feeding the hungry world amassed a 2,500-page report some years ago, sponsored by the United Nations and the World Bank, called the ISTAD report, and it was How to Feed the World in the Future. Over 400 scientists contributed, and they agreed that GMOs have nothing to offer the feeding the world, eradicating poverty, or creating sustainable agriculture. They projected that agroecology, like an organic agriculture, is absolutely appropriate. And yet the biotech industry continues to spin the truth and continues to pretend that GMOs are needed to feed the hungry world, so that we in the developed countries will feel guilty by standing up and saying that this should never have been introduced.
Oh, that's interesting. And Dr. Clements, how about you? What do you think of that? It's funny because I was on the line with a person who was supporting GMOs, and he was talking about the quality of the soil and erosion and the fact that they could grow more products and feed more people. I understand, Mr. Smith, what you're talking about. Dr. Clements, what do you think?
Well, I think that the data is the data.
Yes.
Science is science. And I think that somebody that would advocate the use of GMOs, which I see in my daily work to be a health destroyer, and we can absolutely name diseases that didn't exist until people started to create a liking for GMO foods. It's insane to think that.
Right.
Another way to look at this is we are paying farmers in the developed world not to grow food. So for us to have starvation, it's a political decision to have starvation. We literally, in the developed countries like Germany, like France, like Canada, like the United States, literally subsidize food to keep it low and pay millions and millions and millions of dollars to farmers not to grow enough food. So the agriculture that we have today, the meat and dairy agriculture, is the number one cause for starvation and degradation of the soil. It is not what you suspect it is. Nothing to do with genetic modification. Almost all greenhouse gases and all of the problems that we face with our environment of significance today come because people choose to eat animals and consume milk from them.
Okay.
As an example, the water crises in California, they talk about almonds, like almonds are the big deal. I mean, almonds take too much water as far as I'm concerned, but meat takes 2,000 times more water to produce 1 pound of meat than an almond would do.
Right.